friends. It's a bit of a weird Saturday for us because my brother is getting married today. So I'm off in Kansas. I'm currently in a basement the night before this is being aired. And you're going to get to learn a bit of classic choreography. A couple reasons for that. Number one is that this is a time where folks are taking some time to think about what swing dance means to us. And for me, I feel like it's important to feature choreography by some of the original dancers who are from the Black community and are not just me recreating things right now. I think that there are some great things that can be done with recreation, but it's a great time based on what's going on in the world and just the fact that we owe all of this to the Black community to be featuring some of that work. So we're going to be working on the first half of the Big Apple contest routine. This is a routine by Frankie Manning, probably one of his more famous routines. You've probably heard of it or seen dancers doing it out on the social dance floor. We're going to learn the first half today because there's a lot to get through. And then in the future we'll come through and get the second half as well and glue them together. A couple disclaimers. First one is, this is my interpretation of their movements. So if you want the real deal, this is available all over the place. You can go online, just look up Big Apple Contest on YouTube. You can get the movie Keep Punchin', which has the clip in it. It's actually just a little clip from a long movie. I recommend just looking for it online. The rest of the movie is kind of racist and a little bit awful, although it is good to have that perspective, so maybe check it out once. When you are watching the video, keep in mind that the video editors were not dancers. So sometimes the video will get out of sync with what the dancers are doing, so the music and the movement won't quite line up. That's okay, that happens, but be aware that if they're clapping on the wrong beats or it seems weird, it may be just one section of the cut that's a little bit off. That isn't to say that I'm always right. Definitely check out what I do with the clip. I recommend picking one dancer out of the clip. If you can't figure out what their name is or their history, hit me up and I can give you at least the name and start to ask around for maybe some of those resources, because it's important to know who you're borrowing the moves from and you can give them the respect they deserve. So to get started with, we're going to just work on a couple of basic movements. When the routine starts off, the dancers enter the stage doing what we call shouts. You might also hear them called hallelujahs, although Chester Whitmore will argue that the hallelujah is a move that comes later. So I usually call them shouts because anything that kind of goes like this tends to be a shout. There's a bunch of different versions of it. If you watch the clip, sometimes they're just jumping around, clapping their hands. Sometimes they're holding their partner's hands and swinging their arms. So pick a dancer or a couple and go with them on that. We're going to jump ahead to the part that everyone does in unison. And this part's going to be done where everyone's in a circle facing the center. I'm going to just be facing away from the camera so that you can copy what I'm doing. But again, go back to that original Big Apple Contest clip on YouTube and you can mute it, which is awesome because you don't get worried about the sound being off, and slow it down if you need to and really pick up what the original dancers did. So we're going to start off with a really basic break. This is a break we're going to use over and over again. Not every dancer in the clip does this break every time, so feel free to branch out, but for us we're going to keep it a little bit simple. We're going to do a half break from the Shim-Sham. So we go stomp on your right foot, stomp. We step back on your left foot, step, kick, ball, change, kick, ball, change. So that goes 8, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to cross your right foot over on 5. And on 7, we're going to be back facing the middle of the circle. So that goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to put our weight over onto the left foot, throwing your right foot out in front. 8. We're going to drag it back. 1. This is kind of a similar shape to your Shim-Sham step, but it's not the same step. So we're not just casually grooving here. We're not doing the rhythm that the Shim-Sham step has. We are stomping the crap out of that floor and really letting the energy move through our whole bodies. So we're going to be going and really dragging that foot back. It may go back behind you depending on which dancer you're stealing from. That's totally cool. I think what's important in this one is to get the basic part of the move and the attitude that the dancers have going into it, which is like pumping the crowd a little bit. So we go soft drag, soft drag, soft drag, soft drag. Sometimes if you want something to do with your hands that's not so complicated, cover your belly button and move your other hand opposite is my sort of go-to. They do all sorts of stuff, so steal from the good folks. So we have the break first, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on 7, we're going to drop back like we're skiing, throwing my arms backward. We're going to spank our butt a little bit on 8 and land on 1. So what we have so far, goes from the break. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. We're going to do a version of this next bit that I like a lot. They do different ones in the clip, so the rhythm may change. We're going to go 8, 1, kick your right foot, kick, switch feet. So you're on your right foot, kicking your left. So it's kick, kick. So I'm not doing this thing here or going kick, step, kick. It's actually replacing my other foot. So I went 8, 1, 3, 4. I'm going to cross my left foot over the top of me and onto the ground on 5. So we have from the spank here, 7, 8, 1, 2, kick, kick, cross. Or 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of making this figure 4 with my legs. That prepares me for the next movement, which is to lunge backward a little bit into 7. So we went 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. We're going to come back. So let's take it from the top. On that first break, we go 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. So from here, we're in that rock. We're back. Our right leg is bent and our weight's on it. Our left leg's still in front. We're going to do what's called rocks. You'll also hear this called shouts sometimes, or called hallelujahs sometimes. But these ones, Chester assures me, are called rocks. And I'm picking up the foot that I'm stepping onto. I'm not just going here, but I'm kind of showing off an armpit. Oh, hey. And the sun is so bright up here, and I'm putting it away down here. We're going to do that for 8 counts. So we went 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. And we'll be back exactly where we started on that right foot with our weight back. From here, we're going to do a little bit of drunken sailor action. So if I'm facing you for a second, I just did that back on my right. I'm going to bring my upper body around. So I'm bringing my whole torso around to the side as I lunge forward onto my left. And I'm going to switch that as I'm moving. Try and keep your pulse a little bit. I don't want to come too far off the ground though. I don't want it to be a jump. I'm just going, ugh, ugh. It's a very heavy feeling move. So we went 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. And I recommend gathering here. So you're on both feet at the end of count 7. If you want to, you can do all 4 drunken sailors just straight ahead. You just have to cheat your next step a little bit. So for me, I usually like to get my feet ready to go for the next thing, which is boogie backs, which you already know. So we did from the spank, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, bring it forward, 1, 3, 5, boogie back, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. So let's take it all the way back from the top one more time. We're starting with the break. That break is at the end of a 4/8 phrase. So it's the last 8 of a 4/8 phrase. So we go 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, forward, 1, 3, 5, bring it back, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. At the end of count 7 here, you're on your left foot, which is pretty common in classic jazz routines. I'm going to kick my right foot across, and that's going to bring us into apple jacks, which I've broken down the last couple of weeks. You kick across, let that come around, and we ball change to tuck that left knee in just a little bit. So that goes 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on count 7 again, we're on that left foot. Quick primer on apple jacks if you haven't been here the last few weeks. You can always go back. We have the other videos on YouTube as well. But a quick primer, you can step with one foot, keep your heel on the ground, and fan your foot out to the side like you're moving sand on a beach, trying to make a little sand angel. I fan that out, I fan that out. And you'll see them do all kinds of styling in the clip. I recommend stealing from one of them. The one that I tend to steal is this one here, or this one here, where it kind of grows. and shrinks up to you. They're really good at it. There's like a bajillion of them you can see in the shot. I recommend going and picking your favorite. So we're doing apple jacks facing the middle of the circle. 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to do apple jacks again facing the outside of the circle. So we use that kickball change to turn us to the right or over our right shoulder, which is clockwise. So kick, ball, change, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's practice that together. We're going to do 4 apple jacks. There's only 2 in the routine, but we're going to do 4 real quick. Starting facing the middle of the circle and then back. And the middle of the circle and then back. Just to get used to using that kickball change to flip around. So here we go. 4 sets of apple jacks. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice, cool. So this fits in the routine by doing it twice, like I said. We don't have time for all 4 of those. But we came out of our boogie back, boogie back, boogie back, boogie back. Apple jack, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Apple jack, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On that 6, 7, we're going to start to move away from the circle. Just a little bit, but I want to make sure those are really strongly planted steps. So let's try that again. We're going back to the boogie backs. So it goes boogie backs, apple jacks facing the center, apple jacks facing outside the circle, and on 6, 7, instead of making those 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's going to go 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just starting to ramp up to move forward a little bit. So from the boogie backs, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apple jacks, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to take one more step that direction. Step, kick, ball change. This move is going to be called the gaze afar, based on the styling that they do at the end of it, which is this bit. You're like going on a ship or something, gazing afar at things. But we go 8 with your right foot. Step on the 1. I'm going to do a kickball change, but it's going to be a little bit pushed rhythmically. So it's not step, kick, ball change. It's step, kick, ball change. So I have a little bit of extra time between the kick and the ball change. I'm going to use that for a little bit of a backward bicycle movement with my right leg. So I went 8, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to bring that leg around in a circle. So from the apple jacks all the way through, it looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, kick, ball change, step. And on that 4, or sometimes 5 if you're dancing to a really fast version of the song, is when you're going to make that gaze happen. Again, match the music, match the original dancers. There's a lot of variance in there, and that's a good thing. It's not a flaw in the system, it's that they're awesome, and Frankie was able to be like, we're doing this move, we're doing this move, we're doing this move, and they all have their own developed way that they do that move, and they figure it out for themselves. So if we say gaze afar, you might have Al do a completely different thing from Joe, who might do a completely different thing from Esther, who might do a completely different thing from Anne. They're going to have the same kind of basic rhythm, but they might have been in a different place. So one of the things that we probably should be doing as dancers is going to these original clips and going, how true to this am I being? Or am I saying I'm doing that thing, but missing a bit? So I'm going to encourage you to do your homework, which is go through one kind of move at a time and be like, how much am I getting that? Like, am I getting it to the point where like, oh yeah, I kind of got it? Or am I exactly sure the angles that Anne's legs make at that point, and I know why she's doing it, and I understand her movement a lot better. So check on that for yourselves too. So, our movement so far. We start from the break. 8, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 7. We go into this stomp drag. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, prep. We go 8, 1, kick, kick, cross, back. We have our rocks. 1, 3, 5 drunken sailors. 1, 3, 5 boogie back. 8, 1, 3, 5, apple jacks. 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And some of them will do peck-ins, some of them will go headbang a little bit, but there's always something that they do on that 5, 6, 7 time on there. So let's do just that gaze afar, because that one takes a little bit of reps. We're going to start by stepping on your left foot on count 1. If you want to reel it back a little more and step on your right foot on count 8, that's also great practice. So whichever one of those makes the most sense to your body right now. We'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that again. So 8 on the right, left on the 1, and then that kick ball change is just before count 2. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take that, rewind the video, and practice it enough times that it feels like home, and then attach it to your apple jacks, because that's the weird transition, right? It's going 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and getting that flow from apple jacks into this very linear explosion that is the gaze afar. Also, go back to that original clip again and see how it fits in the circle, because it's not just a move I do by myself. It makes this circle that's been really dense explode open, so it's got a point as well. Let's try all of that to music. So I'm going to play exactly the music from the original clip. So when you're practicing along with the original dancers, you don't have to go find this other track. It's exactly what's played in the movie.
The Big Apple Contest.
So we just got all the way through the gaze afar. You did it perfectly, and if not, I'm sure you paused the video, went back, and practiced it until it's totally feeling like home with that music. We're going to keep plowing ahead, just a couple more moves this time, and then we'll attach it all to the rest of the routine at a later date. So we just finished our gaze afars, right? 5, 6, 7. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to get on one foot or the other, and I'm going to give you 2 options for how to start the next move. The next move is Suzie Q's. We've spent a lot of time on them in the last 3 weeks, so I'm sure you're feeling totally awesome on those. And there's 2 ways that we've started them, right? I can have my left leg, or my leading leg, open up to the side on an even number. And that gets us started the right way, right? I can go 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also start off here and go 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But to me, those are kind of the same. I'm starting with this leg driving open, that's my left leg. It's the back leg as well, so it's the one on the ball of the foot. My right leg staying on the heel. And I'm going around the circle counterclockwise. I'm doing that, I can open the leg on an even number. The other way that we've started on the Suzie Q's, that they also, you'll see examples of this in the Big Apple Contest, is a kick with the right leg on that even number. And that would be on count 8. So we go 8, 1, 2, 3. You'll notice that my left leg has jumped onto those even numbers anyway because I went 8, 1, so my right leg's on the odd number, which sets us on the same path. So you can choose to do the kick or not to do the kick. So again, example 1 goes 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other one goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. So you can choose to have that kick or not, but the way you do your gaze afar will determine which of those 2 you're able to do. So when I did that gaze afar, step, kick, ball change, step, 5, 6, 7. If I move my weight forward onto my right foot, my left foot's now ready to do the first option on Suzie Q's. You can open up to the side on 8 or 2, your choice. If I keep my weight further back on that gaze afar, 5, 6, 7, or if I go forward and come back, now my leg's free to do the kick. So your own choice. Again, pick your favorite dancers, go learn their style on that original clip. So we do our gaze afar. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm keeping this really small right now because I'm in a limited space on the camera. You may be in a limited space as well, since a lot of us are dancing at home. On the dance floor, this tends to just cook around the room. People will really move, and you don't want to get run over by the person behind you or be the person holding up the line. You want to match the same speed as everyone else. Your throttle for that is how far you're going to open that left leg. So if I want to go slowly, I keep my foot stepping in line with my right foot, and the more I open up where that foot lands and where my left foot lands, the faster I'm going to move on my Suzie Qs. So you can adjust that throttle as you go. I will tell you, if you're not very far down, you don't have very much reach with that left leg. The lower you get, the further you can move on that. And check out the video, they're insane. There's all sorts of different levels in there, and they all have different ways of doing it. So we just finished our gaze afar. We go into 2 8 counts of these Suzie Qs. So we went 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On 8, I'm going to step onto my left and hop twice on 1, 2. So I'm coming around that corner slowly, just getting back to where I'm facing the middle of the circle. Because remember, the gaze afar took us away from the circle. The Suzie Qs happen facing away, so all of our backs are to the middle of the circle during those Suzie Qs. Then we have to turn around again on these hops. So I'm going to start facing this way and come around in front. Imagine the circle is behind me. So we're starting that gaze afar from the Apple Jacks. So we went 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. I just kind of bank around that corner. You'll see them throw an arm up, so it's more exciting. And a lot of folks will do a fall off the log there. So you can go 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Totally fine. I like the banking version, but again, pick your poison. Once you've done that turnaround, we just walk into the middle, 1 step per quarter note. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're doing rusty dusty, so you're just shaking the dust, the crumbs off your apron here on the way in. So we went 1, 2, shake, 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 shake. And we're coming up to the middle of the circle. And this is the move that Chester Whitmore calls hallelujahs. So if you want to go by the book of Chester, that's a hallelujah. These are rocks. These are shouts. But choose your own adventure on that. Depending on which old timer you talk to, a lot of times the moves have different names. Sometimes it's because that's what their group called it. Sometimes it's because they went, that's a dumb name, or that's the same name as this one, I'm going to change it. So the names in Lindy Hop are not canonized for the most part. There's some things that are sacred, like swing outs. But we got our hop around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it gets a little bit crazy. You'll see the dancers all make very different choices here. But the basic idea is that you keep running in place, but you get to the point where we're all in the circle again, and we're facing to the left. So we're facing counterclockwise down the circle by the end of this. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you look closely, you'll see someone do a crazy spin during that part, and I think she's amazing. She'll come out and she's like, whoa, and gets a whole extra turn in there more than everybody else. Then we're going to do a really classy move called Spank the Baby. This, my right butt cheek, is the baby. So it goes 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to recommend practicing this without all the rest of it first. Da, da, da. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's this compression to the body on those even numbers where we're clapping. Then we're going to pick up that left knee, even so we can compress it literally even further. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then we can spread out those feet again, just like in the Suzie Qs. The wider your feet go from each other, the faster you're going to move. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And sometimes that gets moving really fast around the circle too. So we do 4 8 counts of Spank the Babies. It's a long time going around this circle. At first it seems a little bit weird, but by the time you get through learning the whole routine, you learn to love this part, because this is the part where A, your brain can go, what comes next? It gives you a chance to kind of reboot. And B, it's a great like crowd hyping moment. It's not just going, but you're going, yeah, we're doing the Spank the Baby part, and people go nuts. It's great. So have fun with that. Again, look for the attitudes of the people in the clip. This is a Big Apple contest. It's not a Big Apple stroll or something like that. So they're really punching it. The video is called Keep Punching. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kick, step. So we did 3 full 8 counts of Spank the Babies. On the 4th 8 count, we kick on count 7 with your left foot. And that kick goes toward the center of the circle. So I'm going to do all the Spank the Babies on the camera here for you. You go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kick, step. We turn it to face the center of the circle. We've got one more step and a break that I want to teach today. This step is a really classic solo jazz step. And by classic, I mean it's in a ton of different routines. Lots of folks do it in contests. Al Minns and Leon James made it particularly famous because they use it all the time as their Charleston basic. It's not their only Charleston basic, they've got like 10 of them. But it's called Jump Charleston. The thing about Jump Charleston is that it's classic. Everyone does it, which means everyone has their own version. So you don't be stuck doing just what I do right here. I'm going to give kind of a vanilla version right now. I recommend going and finding all the different versions out there and making yours out of those. So we're going to start with a kick with your right foot. This is not a kick. This is a yeah! You're going to dig into that kick a little bit. It's across my body, kick, and so I'm going to use my upper body to balance it so I don't get thrown around. So I'm going to turn my upper body to the right as my right leg kicks across my body to the left. So you have 1, 3. On 3, I'm going to step onto my right foot. 1, 3. As I step on my right foot, I'm not doing a lot with my left foot, I'm just letting it flow. And that tends to make it sweep around a little bit, which gives me bonus style or just floppy leg or whatever I do. But I recommend making a choice with that. So either go 1, 3, or 1, 3, and keep it right underneath you, but choose something confident there. We got kick, step, step. So it's the same thing in the other direction, but on this one we're going to be changing our momentum a little bit. So at the beginning I went really aggressively forward, step, step, and then I came back a little bit. But after this count 5, 1, 3, 5, I'm going to spring off that foot and start getting momentum going forward again. So 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's a ball change, right, left. So it goes kick, step, step, ball change. Kick, step, step, ball change. On that ball change, I'm going to recommend putting your right foot behind your center of balance. So kick, step, step, ball change, because that keeps me centered. If it goes here, it's hard for me to get to the next kick with any power. So I want to actually let that right foot on the ball change step a little bit behind me. So that was kick, step, step, ball change. That's not mandatory, it's just the easy way. We're going to do 3 of those jump Charlestons. So let's do that. We go 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, and 7. 1, 3, 5, and 7. 1, 3, 5, and 7. For now, we're going to go back to that original break we did at the very top of the routine. You'll notice if you watch the clip, most of them don't do this break, but I think as we're learning the routine, it's nice to have a couple of little handicap moments we can give ourselves. So for now, we're going to stick to that one. If you want to go upgrade yours by pulling from an individual dancer in Whitey's Lindy Hoppers doing that routine, more power to you. But for us, we're going to do kick, step, step, ball change, kick, step, step, ball change, kick, step, step, ball change. So on our left on count 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 7. So stomp, step, kick, ball change, turn, around. So let's just do that jump Charleston section with the break at the very end. And I'll use numbers this time in case that helps you. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, and 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, and 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, and 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, so we've made it almost halfway through the Big Apple. The parts after this start to get into the working with a partner bit, so I'm going to wait until I have a partner to teach that section. But practice this one a bunch. If you want to work ahead, you have a much better resource than this video. You can go to the Big Apple Contest videos on YouTube. It's free to use, and go learn from the original dancers. If you want to work ahead and forget what I just told you, or please, even better, let me know where I'm a little bit off from the video. I would love to upgrade my Big Apple as well. Do that research, and we'll get back to the rest of this soon. And I would love to put together a bunch of us doing it. That'd be awesome. I'm going to run it with you once with music all the way through from the very top so that you have something to work with. If you want the music and you can't find it anywhere, it's also on YouTube. You just play the clip. That's what I'm doing right now behind my camera, is playing the video of the Big Apple Contest. And it's what we're dancing to. So if you find that, you've got it. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Thank you for your patience with me while I'm not doing a live class during our live Solo Jazz Saturday thing. My brother gets married in a few hours, and I want to be there for that with all of my brain and things. We'll be back at a regularly scheduled time next week, but with even more stuff potentially. If you have questions about what's going on with things, if you have questions about the state of dance in the world, hit me up. I don't have answers, but I'm happy to talk about a lot of those things. Also, if you're like, you know what? I want to help out with what you're doing, or I want to contribute to making sure that the dancers and musicians in the Seattle area have something to eat during COVID, you can head on over to patreon.com/syncopationfoundation or syncopationfoundation.org/donate. And those are great places to help us out. If you want to help out with the culture that this all comes from, you can go directly to blacklivesmatter.org, and there are a bunch of links from there that you can help donate to as well. Here it is with music one more time, and then I will see you all online in the future.
The Big Apple Contest.